Hi there, everybody. Welcome to Yappin and Snackin, where we talk about random things, eat snacks, drink whatever we're drinking, and have a good time. I'm Mike.
Yeah, I'm Leah. I forgot a snack tonight,
I
but
did too.
I just ate some dinner.
I did
It
too.
was kind of stew adjacent, I guess, is what I
Ooh,
had. But
I had lots of
yeah, it's
clams.
pretty good.
I had clam
Oh,
strips,
nice.
and then I had stuffed clams too.
I can't eat clams,
I do remember
but
that you have the seafood stuff that doesn't sit well with you.
it's not seafood though. It's just clams. Isn't that the weirdest thing?
That is the weirdest thing.
I can eat shrimp, crabs, lobster, shellfish, fish all day, but clams, they have it out
Oh,
for me, man. They don't like me.
oh, that's weird.
Well, no clams for my snacking portion, but
Unfortunately.
like I used to like clam chowder, so
Oh, so did that hurt you when we were at, when we were at work
yes, a
this
little
week,
bit.
and
Yes,
one
and
of
one of
our
our coworkers was like, "My wife made this fantastic clam chowder,"
and it
and I'm
really
like,
was
"Well,
fantastic. It really
that's what
was.
everybody said," and I
Like,
had to be like, "I really want to." There was a part of me that like considered it, and I was
do,
like, "I could just eat around the
do,
clams,"
do I
but
do I do I want to die today?
yeah,
That's
I'm gonna
basically
go
what
see
you were
about that.
asking yourself there.
Too much,
Spe-
and I don't have to go home early
well, I mean, that would have been a good
for that
excuse,
reason.
but that would have been a great
But
excuse. What are you
it's a
doing?
long drive home.
Okay, no,
Sorry,
I
there's a
get that.
bug in here.
No, I get that. Long drive home, and you're not feeling well. I can
Yeah,
understand
that's
that.
not
Yeah,
what you
yeah.
want.
All right. Speaking of food,
Yes,
episode 2, because it's football season.
it is football season. You're
Uh,
not in any fantasy leagues, are you?
no, I'm never. So okay. So here's my thing about fantasy leagues. I did them in college. I did them in high school. I did them in college. I love them. And then I won like 3 straight years, and it wasn't fun anymore for me. So I was like, I'm gonna retire. 3 straight fantasy
Oh,
football championships in a row. Like, why not?
I mean, I guess I could use your assistance though in one of my leagues. In our work league, I think I'm undefeated, and then I just beat one of our coworkers today. I was like, "Man, I didn't even check to see if he won." He was like, "You did. You beat me." It's like,
Oh,
"Oh, all right,
he was
cool."
very quick about it. He's like, no, don't even
He did. He
bother.
was like, "No, you did." But then in my sister's league, our all girls league, DeAndre Swift, Taylor's version, is not doing great since DeAndre Swift is out.
You you have the greatest names for football teams.
My team name, that's my favorite part of fantasy football is coming up with the team names. DeAndre Swift, Taylor's version, and then what hurts the most because Jalen Hurts is my quarterback now. So
So clever.
it's
So
my
well
favorite
done.
part of the whole fantasy football season. But yeah, football season, which means it's tailgating season.
Tailgating season.
Love
Woo!
that part too. And we talked about this topic a little bit before this episode of the podcast, sort of about the roles when it comes to the tailgate, and not just like the
Yes.
roles you eat,
No.
the roles you play at the tailgate, because everybody kind of falls into line with like their responsibilities and their duties at the tailgate.
And it was funny because when we were talking about it, it just came up, and it was just like there are a lot of things that a lot of people could be doing during a tailgate that a lot of people probably don't even think about.
Absolutely. So when it comes to tailgating, what's your designated role?
My designated role, I'd be the hype man.
The hype guy?
Yeah,
Okay, because like you got grill master, which is obviously like
the head
the
of the
most important
like
job.
he
Like that's
and here's the other thing about the grill master to me.
hmm,
No one else is allowed to touch the grill.
no,
If you
no,
are the grill master, you are the guy.
unless grill master has to step away for something and they delegate, they're like, all right, while I step out, you flip these burgers. And like you gotta take that shit seriously.
You
Like you
really
gotta
do.
know. Being that's like your army commander giving you
Li-
like
listen, listen, if you've ever been to a tailgate where they fuck up the barbecue, it pisses you off so badly. And
because
th-
yeah, then if you don't eat, then you gotta pay stadium prices and nobody wants that.
and then if your team sucks, it makes it even worse because the only reason to go to the goddamn game is to go to the goddamn tailgate. And you've fucked up the food. What's wrong with
Like
you?
like to be like I definitely like to bring something to a tailgate. I'm usually like a mac and cheese. I'll bring the carbs.
You bring the
But I
carbs.
also I'm usually DJ. That's my party role in every
Ah.
like in every road trip and every I'm even now at that my new desk spot. I'm the DJ too. So
Well,
that's
I mean,
that's always my
it
role.
does help that your former role
Yes.
was a DJ. It's
Absolutely.
like, I mean, it helps that you know what's popular and what's hip and who's with it.
Yeah, Now another important, another like critical member of the party when it
Hmm.
comes to the tailgate, the bartender,
Oh,
because I
100%.
want irresponsible bartending. And by irresponsible bartending, I mean I don't want like your college self bartending where they're
Oh,
like coming up with bottom shelf concoctions of
listen, listen.
who
What's
knows what. And they're
but
like,
see,
yeah, you can't even taste the alcohol. And you're like,
but
all I taste is alcohol.
but here's the thing. You could take those bottom shelf concoctions that you've perfected during the days of college and you just upscale them. So instead of doing, $7 a handle vodka, we're doing Grey Goose in there. Or
Right.
instead of the $12 tequila, we're doing, the $75 bottle of tequila, which, let's be honest, probably going to be a waste because of how sick people
Yeah.
get after drinking all the jungle juice. But you know what? It
Everybody
makes you
pitches
feel
in for
better.
the jungle juice, then it's not so bad. But yeah, somebody's got to play bartender, and you do. I prefer. I'm a little bit bougier, I think, when it comes to the bartending, or or not, or I'm the opposite, and it's simple, and like you just beer all day, because like that's the safe option.
I mean,
The smart choice is
it's either
pick a beer and stick to it.
beer or seltzers, one or the other.
Yeah, I feel like the seltzers too.
And
Less
and and now with all the seltzers out there, I feel like there's like a swamp, and you've got to find the right alligator in the swamp
a really
because there's
bubbly swamp.
because there's because there's so many different seltzers out there. It's like
Really are.
confusing. Like when I go in, I get anxiety at the liquor store. When I'm looking
Yeah.
at all the available options, I feel like I need an adult to help me out, or I need a head coach, like with the sheet in front of him, and he's like got the headset on. He's like, no, go for that one. No, no,
No,
no,
it's
don't make that.
overwhelming.
Don't make that mistake.
My sister is she's a seltzer girl, so she's my seltzer guide, you know.
Okay.
She's my seltzer Gandalf, if you will.
Seltzer Gandalf.
Because sometimes you need a liquor store Gandalf, to be honest, because you're right. Like there are so many choices in the liquor store, and I'm like, if I have to think outside of my little box of what I usually drink, because I do like to get creative when it comes to mixing, but
Hmm.
when it comes to actually just like picking something good for everybody, I'm like, man, I don't know if it's not Corona. Huh? I don't know. I think sort of another unsuspecting role in the tailgate, the GM, game
GM.
master.
Yes, yes. Listen, I've been to a tailgate where there has been nothing to do except for sit, eat, and drink, and
You love,
but it gets ugly really quick
but it gets ugly real quick.
because
Yeah.
you have nothing else to do besides drink and eat.
So what are
Usually,
your? Go ahead.
usually by like the second hour of that, I'm 9 deep. I've had 3 hot dogs and a brat, probably a burger halfway in my mouth, and I'm ready to find a porta potty to dump it back out again.
Yeah. And the porta potties are no fun. And it's always a
No.
delicate balance too of like the timing of it all. Like
Oh,
if I start
absolutely.
drinking and cuz I drink quick, like that's
I know that with you. Yes.
somebody my size should not drink as fast as I do before I've had a chance to eat something.
She's
And
a fish.
amazingly,
She's a
it
fish.
happens every time. Like you would think by now, near 30 years on this earth,
You
I
never
would
learn.
know
You never learn. Come on.
that I have to eat a full size meal before I start drinking as fast as I do, or I got to take it slow. You nibble, but I can't do what I do, which is just up, start drinking, and then halfway through I'll be like, I kind of want something to eat, but like by that point it's too late.
You've
She's too
already
far gone.
you've already crossed over by that
There's too
point.
many twisted teas into it. And she's not coming back. Be a good 3 to 5 business days. But what are your favorite?
3 to 5 business days. I left
What
before the 3-5 business days hit that one day. That's all I'm ever thankful
it
about.
did. Yep, and it's a good thing that was a holiday weekend because it took 3 to 5 business days to be feeling good again. But
That Tuesday
uh,
at work, seeing you, that was amazing.
it was a little embarrassing. I won't lie.
It's
I was
funny.
more than a little embarrassed. But what's your favorite tailgating games? Like, what are your favorite games to play at a tailgate?
Cornhole.
I'm
Uh,
so bad at cornhole though.
See, there's a technique. I've really realized that, like with cornhole, there is a real technique as to how to hold the bag, and it's almost like darts. No two people
Hole in the wrist.
hold the bag the same way either. Like I'm
Okay.
the guy that wants to feel the weight at the bottom of the bag, so I always shake it so that I can feel the weight until it's in the right spot, and then I
Makes
throw
sense.
it.
Makes sense, actually. I feel like that's probably a good technique because I abysmal at cornhole. I don't know why. I don't know. Well, I just because I'm usually good at bar games. Like I don't
Mm-hmm.
know what it is that like I get the beginner's luck or like the bomber's peak is very real for me. Where like the first game and a half or like the first round or two, I'm amazing. Like I'll be really good at beer pong, and then when he drinks in and it's all
Well, that's what I was
downhill
gonna
from
say. That's
there. And
because the
suddenly I'm
twisted.
like, I can't see and I can't like, yeah.
I'm blind.
But
I'm
just
blind. I don't know where I'm
just
throwing it. It's right in front of
the
you. I
sweet
don't
spot of
care.
like just buzzed enough to really work my confidence because like
Right.
I am very much the kind of person that will like take my own confidence out and I'll be like I can't play, oh my god, but like you drink just enough that you're like I got this,
Yeah.
and then I own it, I
You
crush
have
it,
to
and
find that
then
sweet spot and somehow stay there. That's the goal. Finding that sweet spot
yes,
and getting into that. Yeah.
that's the
I
tricky part.
so what's another one that I like? I like um God, what's the name of that game where there's a it's like a trash can and it's a frisbee
And
and
jam,
yeah, can jam. Love can jam.
yeah, can jam's fun.
I can't believe I couldn't
That's
think of
where I
that.
like
That
eventually throw the, yeah, the cans and jam frisbee into them. What is that game?
Shocking. Shocking.
Yeah, I like my frisbee ends up, I'm always afraid it's gonna end up in like the next tailgate over, where you're like, oh, that's up.
That's
I'm
not
just,
good.
yeah, I don't think I'm good at tailgating games. I don't know why. I can play like bar games,
I'm
even
always
darts. I'm okay at, but
I'm always
tailgate.
I'm always interested when you walk by and people are playing like the random games. Like there's a group of people playing dice and they're playing for money at a tailgate. Like, what are you
Yeah,
doing? Like, what are you doing?
that's a little too much for me.
Like,
I
you're
don't
already
know that I'm in.
you've probably already got like 5 or 6 bets on the game on your sportsbook app. Like, what are you
I already
doing?
lost enough money showing up here. Okay,
I already paid $30
I
to get
paid for
in.
parking.
Like if I wanted to do this, I could have gone for free to the casino. Like, what are we
Right.
doing out here throwing the
Right. I
dice?
need to pay for parking to lose money. Just yeah, I'm not. I don't think I'm as big of a gambler, or at least I don't think I should be. Because I've never actually been to a casino either.
What?
Yeah.
What?
No.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. I feel like it's just not fun to go by yourself.
Okay,
And I feel
okay,
like none
fair.
of my
Fair.
friends are like casino friends. And on top of that, judging by how I play crane games, I suspect the casino would not be good for my wallet.
Probably
No.
not, but we'll still
Bank
take you.
account. They'd be like, "Oh man, she's got
I'll,
problems." Because like the flashing lights, the bing bong noises, I'm like, heck yeah, sign me up, and I love to win.
Kendra, my wife, and I will have to take you one day
Yeah,
because we
no,
live
that could
close.
be
We
fun.
live close enough to one.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that'd be
I
fun.
literally could ride my
There
bike
are
there.
other roles or games at the tailgate that you can think of that we've missed?
The herder. I haven't even. It just came to me.
Shepherd.
The shepherd, the herder, the shepherd, the person to make sure that the group is contained within the tailgate area. Because
Really important role too.
because once you start drinking and you've got like multiple parties going on next to you,
Mhm.
you want to go socialize. You want to go see what the other people are cooking.
And see, right, because it is sometimes you're like, oh, who's cooking? Like that's different because
Right.
everybody's sort of got the tailgate standards, but then every now and then people get really creative. Or you see
Exactly.
people that have like they turn their bed of their truck into like a kiddie pool,
Oh, those are the
stuff like
best.
that.
Those are the best.
Those are so fun, and you're like, wow, like I get so inspired by, and I do get lost easily. I get very caught up in everybody else's activity. I'm like, wow, what's that? Well, in that scene in The Nightmare Before
Yes,
Christmas when
yes.
Jack Skellington's like, what's this? What's this? That's me, just like anywhere where there's a crowd.
But the other thing.
Comic Con, absolutely.
So
Tailgates, yes.
so here's the other thing that's interesting about tailgates and how intricate people get. I went to a
Yeah.
Kenny Chesney concert over the summer. And I
Huh?
swear to God, I saw somebody turn their car into a fucking tropical oasis.
I believe it
Like-
because that's like
all
country. So like, sports tailgaters are one thing, but country music fan tailgaters are like a whole nother level. Like it's amazing the level of ingenuity, creativity, banding together.
and as much as I love an NFL tailgate and I love a country music tailgate because those are beautiful places.
Yes.
Nothing beats Saturday morning, 7 a.m. at a college town. When you're getting
Yeah.
hyped for the football game, like let's go.
It's true.
When you're-
there is something about like high school and college football that's like it's so special, I guess. Especially even like the small town feel
Absolutely.
of college and high school football that like No, it really is community building in some ways, but
But
you know, you
but
think of movies like Remember the Titans, like that's like the peak
but there's just something about
things.
cracking open that first natty light. It's like
7
7
a.m. Natty
seven
Light.
ten in the morning.
Like, let's do
And
this.
you know that in certain college towns, that's a 12-hour tailgate because the
Yeah.
game doesn't start till 7 at night or 7:30 at night.
Every bit of a 12-hour tailgate. Yeah,
Which
for sure.
and I've done a 12-hour tailgate at a NASCAR race. That is a good freaking time.
That's true. I've never done a NASCAR tailgate. And see, like, I'm an Eagles fan, so you know our tailgates get
Well,
uh,
there's that one article.
aggressive.
Well, there's that one article out there that said that if somehow, some way, the Bills and Eagles find their way to the Super Bowl, there's not enough police in Phoenix to contain the crowd.
No, the thing about Eagles fans and Bills fans, though, is that we're kind of two sides of the same underdog coin. And I love the Bills. Like, I'm an Eagles fan at heart, but I can appreciate the Bills' struggle.
I
They went to 4 Super Bowls in a row,
couldn't win.
and they didn't win.
No.
4 in a row.
And then they got
So I think
they got shafted by the overtime rule last season.
yeah, so I think that actually Eagles fans and Bills fans in a weird way could make peace. And I think we would actually like we would have each other's back.
But I will say this:
Okay.
I always wanted to go to a Bills Mafia party. That's like what
Yeah.
that's
No,
like
the
that's
Bills are good. They're good fans.
that's
I
like
like Bills fans.
that's one of the few tailgates I want to go to.
That's a good one.
I want to go to
Yeah,
the.
no, Philly, you run the risk of either getting beat with
I've been to a Philly tailgate. It's okay.
burned.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I must have been on the wrong side of the
It's been
stadium.
okay.
No, I was on the wrong side of the stadium. It was just
Must
okay.
have been. Oh,
It wasn't
it's more
crazy.
than okay.
It wasn't crazy. I want to do a Bills. I want to do a Bills tailgate. I want to do a Miami tailgate just to go to the pop-up strip club.
Yeah.
Like it's
Well, wasn't it a Miami tailgate that the guy's car lit on fire?
And then it
'cause
set,
left
like,
the grill, and it was like the first weekend.
yeah, and then he set like 6 other cars on fire next to him. Listen, you never know what you're gonna get at a Miami tailgate, so I'm willing to do it, even though the fans are terrible in Miami.
Yeah.
Because who goes to a football game in Miami until like December, and even then you're still on the beach?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. You can get rowdy all
I
the
would
time
love to
for it. But see,
go.
that's why like the cold weather of a tailgate. So
I was
that, like,
gonna
the
say.
beer keeps you warm, you know?
I was gonna say
'Cause you're a New
Bills.
England guy.
I'm a New England guy. I love the Patriots. The tailgates are tame in New England, to be
Of
honest.
course they are. That's because they're a little...
Don't go there. Don't go there. I would love to do a Packers tailgate, especially in the middle of winter
That'd be fun.
when it's
yeah,
like
'cause,
minus
all the
11.
cheese. It would
And
just, yeah,
you're
I would, you would lose me at a Packers tailgate because I would be like smorgasbord cheese sampling everybody's cheese. It's like, hey, you got cheese? Of course you do. It's Packers. Like, let me at it.
And
You
then
got different cheese? Sign me up.
I would love to do either a Kansas City tailgate or a Phoenix
Yeah.
tailgate. I feel like
Yeah.
both of those would be a good time.
Are there any teams you haven't named? That it's going through the whole
Yeah,
league.
Chicago.
Yeah, Detroit would be pretty rough too.
No, okay. So the only day I would ever do a Detroit Lion tailgate is Thanksgiving Day.
Thanksgiving would be a fun one, yeah, because that's their time to shine.
Right, and everybody's eating Thanksgiving dinner at like 11 a.m. for the 1:00 game.
True. And I wouldn't be caught dead at a Cowboys tailgate.
Oh, hell no.
I don't care. I'll
you
stay
kidding
it.
me?
I don't care.
Hell no. I feel bad for one of our friends because he is a diehard Commanders fans. I feel like I would get,
His own fault.
but I feel like I would get shot at a Commanders tailgate.
I mean, not like you know, again.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's a great time to be an Eagles fan right now. I'm loving life.
You're-
And everybody else in our office.
You're in the toughest
me.
division in football.
Yeah, well.
Like how the hell did this happen? How did your division become the best division in football?
Here's the frustrating thing about Eagles fans, I will say, is that we are fickle. Like we're devoted to the franchise, but we turn on ourselves really fast. Like we change minds incredibly fast.
Yes,
and I
you
think
do.
it's just because we love to trash talk.
Yes.
So, like all last year, any Eagles fan would be like, "Oh, Jalen's no good. We hate him. He's terrible. He's terrible. He's trash."
Should
Like,
have never gotten rid of Carson.
Never should have. Yeah, exactly. And now
It's everybody's turn.
take a look at and everybody's like, "Oh, he's he's good. Yeah, we like him." And I'm like, because they did the same thing to Carson Wentz. When he first started, they were like, "Man, this Wentz guy sucks." And then he was doing really well, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, Carson!" And then when he started to like slip up, they're like, "Oh man, Carson sucks." So like and I think it's because we love to hate so much It makes us fickle, but like we would also die for the team.
You know what my issue is as a Patriots fan? I
Yes, go on.
no. I don't understand what this feeling is like, where there's so much uncertainty,
That's
and
why people don't like the Patriots.
but we're like
This is new to you, all
right,
of the uncertainty.
right.
You're like, oh God,
It's
what
been
do we do?
it's been 20 years since I've had to deal with this problem of I don't know what's gonna happen week in and week out.
Welcome back to reality, my friend.
Right? I'm still gonna end up with 10 wins and somehow sneak into the wild card.
I think that's why we like Bills fans too, is that like everybody like Philly loves an underdog story. No, Rocky.
Yeah. I mean the Buffalo Bills are
Eagles,
literally
the Bills.
So here's my thing. In the AFC East, I hate the Jets.
Yeah.
Despise the Dolphins. I tolerate the Bills.
Yeah.
I hate them when I play them. But
Yeah.
but if we're out,
allowed to hate the team when they're playing them.
but if we're out, the Bills are my choice. 100% because of all the
Bills. Like I said, I like the Bills. Always have.
I don't like Russell Wilson though.
You like Russell Wilson?
That boy is trash right now. Trash. Just trash.
He's a good dude.
He could be a great dude. He could be the best dude.
Rare in the NFL.
Listen, he could be the best
that
dude.
gives you points in the NFL.
He could be the best dude. He could pay for my entire tab at the bar at a 5-star restaurant.
And you know what? He would.
I'm still going to hate him. He is terrible this year. And then he got paid. So he can take me out for that steak dinner.
You know what? He would, though.
Probably would.
I feel like he would. He and his wife are like major like charity. Like,
they are. They're very good people. Like I can't.
Like I said, in the NFL, like that's got to count for something because.
All right.
We got issues.
It's a 1 o'clock.
Back to the tailgate.
It's a 1 o'clock game. When's the appropriate time to start tailgating? Because I have actual rules for this.
I mean, I say you probably want to get there by or before double digits. Like you want to get there by 10.
Yeah, absolutely. I always like to be there.
You want to be set up, by 11, easy.
At least. So I consider this is how I rule how much time I need to do things.
Yeah. 1 o'clock game.
You set aside 30 minutes for the setup. Yep. You need an hour for the food to cook properly, for the mood to be set right.
Yeah.
And then you've got 2 or 3 hours of good times then. So hour and a half. So like 9. 8:30, 9. 9 the latest.
No, I think you're right. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, because then you got to set everything up and everything like that.
Yeah, I wasn't considering the mood because I was like, that is because people want time to just kind of like chill before they go out.
Especially if you've just woken up from a hangover from the night before, because you know you're going to the football game, so you don't care what you do the night.
I'm not much of like a morning beer. I'm not much of a Beerios kind of gal. I'll drink a mimosa. Champagne is a breakfast drink, but
okay. So if the tailgate, if the game,
I'll probably do a White Claw in the morning.
There you go.
I can do that.
Or a high noon.
Yeah.
So if it's a noon kick in college or a 1 o'clock kick in the NFL, it's 9 a.m. I can go as early as 7. If they let me in at 7, I'll get in at 7.
I'm not mad about 7.
No.
I don't think I would be there at 7, but I accept 7 as an answer.
Especially if the moonshine's flowing. Then 7 a.m. Sign me up. If it's a
time of year is a great time of year for moonshine.
Yeah. If it's a 3:30, 4:30 kick, because you know how college is weird, and they're always an hour earlier than the NFL ever is, which separates out the game so well. 10.
Yeah.
Because you have to consider you're gonna have 2 meals during that tailgate.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna have the breakfast one.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna have that snacky snack before you go into the stadium.
Yeah. See, I'm all about the snacks, man.
Right.
I'm a snacker at heart.
And
I'm like, because I can kind of graze all day on snacks.
And then if you are going to the late game, whether it be 7, 8, 8:30, if you're not tailgating by 2, you've got a problem.
Oh yeah. Agree with this lineup. Yes, this timeline.
Yes.
I'm here for it.
Yes. And then here's the other thing. How do you determine where to park?
guess that depends on where you are, really.
Hmm.
Because if you take a city like Philly or Detroit, you want to be close to the stadium because you don't want to risk your life.
Yes.
At the same time, the closer you get to the stadium, the more money you end up paying. So, like, it's a delicate balance of safety and money.
It is a
Or
very
you could
delicate.
tailgate in one parking lot and like Uber to the stadium. But
Right. Very true. Very true.
I think we parked. I don't think we tailgated. So like I think yeah, because we parked like out near like the Cisco parking lot and walked pretty far to get to the stadium, but we passed all the tailgaters that were in like the stadium parking lot. Like that's
Right.
the prime spot
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
stadium. So that way you don't have to stumble around too far, especially the way back out of
Very,
the
very
game
true.
because you're going to buy drinks while you're watching the game.
Okay.
Like as expensive as they are, you're going to pay that stadium upcharge at least once.
And then here's my other question for you.
Mm.
How do you feel about multiple spots being taken by somebody for a tailgate?
For a tailgate,
You need at least two.
yeah, for a tailgate, I don't hold that against somebody. At least two.
Because
I would even accept that, like, if your party rolls up together and takes up like 4 or 5 parking spots for the
yeah, that's
tailgate,
different. Yeah, no, that's all
I'm
good.
okay with
But
that.
if you're
But yeah,
one car,
one guy, you can take up two. But like once you start, like the trucks that park in the middle of 4 parking
yes,
spaces,
those are douchebags.
that's rude
Those are
because you could
douchebags.
fit 2 other people on the other side
Right.
to also like double. Like you could, yeah. I
So
think the people that park in the middle of 4 parking spots, that's rude.
so
That's bad
so
etiquette.
here's how I park. I
You get
always I
batteries
always
thrown at your car in Philly.
I always park at the end where they have those semicircles where they give you extra room.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's where I always park because you have that
Good
extra
move.
room. There's nobody
Yeah.
that's going to park next to you, and you have room for activities.
I think yeah. See, I like to roll up with a buddy. Where like if I were to divide and conquer, I'd be like, all right, we are going to be like the anchors of the tailgate. We roll up and we park in X amount of spots, and like that's our space. And then other people can park wherever they want.
All right.
Like that's a power move too. That's how you do it on like the drive on at the beach.
Before we talk about the actual food at the tailgate, I have found
That's
I have found the lists according to Bleacher Report of
okay.
the best tailgates to go to as an NFL fan or
Okay.
as a college football fan.
Great. Let's hear it.
And let's see what they say, shall we?
Let's do like top. Yeah.
So here's the top 10 for the NFL, starting with number 10, the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
And it
Sounds right.
because I mean, here's the reason.
I'm just salty because we were a lot of Ravens fans.
Here's the reason why.
Uh-huh.
Right there. Crab cakes and football. That's what Maryland does. We all know that. We learned that from a great film back in the early 2000s.
I mean, crab cakes and football is a pretty good reason. So.
Right. Also, the location of M&T Bank Stadium is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 9, the Chicago Bears. Da Bears.
Bears.
This actually sounds really great.
Can't read it.
Grilled
Oh,
Krispy Kreme donuts.
Yes.
Like that's game changer.
Sign me up. I didn't know that was their thing.
I mean
Bears, I'll party with you guys.
right. I might make
You
that
got
my own
Krispy
thing.
Kreme?
You've got a grill and you've got Krispy Kreme on it. Hell yes. Number 8, the
Our
Cleveland
problems,
Browns.
Browns. How about that? Hell yeah. See, the Browns, they know misery. And misery loves company.
The first tailgate offering and this list, because I know you can't read it because the screen's a little
Not very
small.
well.
Ruthless fans is their number one reason.
Love some ruthless fans.
Plum brandy and beer can chicken is what they're good for.
Plum brandy?
Plum brandy.
Okay.
Plum brandy.
Okay.
I don't know.
Try
I
the
feel
plum
like-
brandy.
The Houston Texans come in at 7, and their best offering is all the beef you can possibly imagine.
See, it wouldn't take me very long to go into a food. Like I wouldn't make it to the game.
Okay, so low key, I would not go to a Houston tailgate. I would not go to a Cowboy tailgate, but I would go to a University of Texas party,
Okay.
especially during the Red River Shootout. I don't care that
Yeah.
it's the Red River Showdown now. It's always going to be the Red River Shootout. Give me
Yeah.
Oklahoma, Texas at the Cotton Bowl. I would do that party in a heartbeat.
Great for that. I think it's too hot to eat all that meat in Texas. I don't know how they do it.
Okay, let's hear the booze. Number 6 is the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Ooh.
And because I am a fat
Ooh.
Polak, the offerings are amazing for me. The terrible towel is terrible. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, the terrible towel. I see what's on that list, though.
But kielbasa and pierogies, sign
Pierogies.
me
I'm a
up.
Polish girl, too, actually, so
That's right,
yes.
you are.
I know.
So here's the one line that I love about the Pittsburgh Steelers for their tailgate. Tailgating is so popular here that if you're not at the stadium by 8 a.m., you don't get a parking spot for the tailgate. That's mad respect.
That's pretty impressive.
That's mad respect.
I mean, the Pittsburgh fans are dedicated, if nothing else. I mean, I have to boo their team because,
of course,
spot number 5,
the Philadelphia Eagles.
Eagles.
You guys get the cheesesteak.
Of course we do. It's so one of my favorite things is when you travel around the states and you see other states' excuse for a cheesesteak.
And it's laughable. It is absolutely laughable.
Absolutely laughable. Or you get people that are like, what's a cheesesteak? And they'll be like a Philly cheesesteak. I'm like, yes, like a Philly cheesesteak. But
what's a cheesesteak? Is it really just cheese and steak?
Yes!
Yeah. On a hoagie, goddammit.
You can dress it up. You can dress it down. I know lots of people that go just cheese and steak. I tend to spruce mine up a little bit. I do the ketchup, the pickles, the hot
See,
peppers.
I can't do ketchup. What's wrong with you? Ketchup on steak? What's wrong with you?
It's like just a little bit. It's not. I don't want like all the ketchup, but I especially like the peppers. Like hit me with the hot. Hit me with the sweet.
Give me wit, American whiz, and then I will put my hots on it.
Guy?
I will put my hots on it and my mayo as well. Oh, the mayo's the best part.
Mayo's the best
part. Who the fuck are you talking to that says that? No. Girl, mayo on a Philly cheesesteak makes it life.
That's what I say, but I don't know if that's like the true Philly way.
I think
the true Philly way is just like the cheese whiz, the steak, and like maybe ketchup and pickles.
Onions and peppers. Onions and peppers.
And I also accept that. Like I eat that too. Don't get me wrong, but I like to put a little mayonnaise on mine too.
Now all I want now.
The first time I did that with my friends, and they were like, "Mayonnaise on a cheesesteak," I was like,
all day,
you are wrong.
All day,
all right. Like you just wait. It's about to change your life.
Now I want a Philly cheesesteak. No. Number 4.
Little Bills.
But I'm gonna have to look up the first one because I've never heard of it. The Kummelweck.
I've never heard of the Kummelweck.
The white pizza, and plenty
I love
of
a good white pizza,
and plenty of ketchup and mustard.
Yeah, just like everywhere. Or like.
Okay, so I love that this little chart actually tells you what they're talking about too. For those of you who don't know what a Kummelweck is, it is the special Kaiser roll that the people of Buffalo use to serve their burgers on.
Oh, okay.
I'm good with that.
Me up. Let's go.
I feel like number 3 has changed because they're no longer at.
Oh yeah, that's true. This
Oakland
might be a little older, but yeah.
But I assume that they're probably number 1 now.
Raiders.
Because they're in Vegas.
Yeah, they're Vegas now, right?
Yeah. The sky's the limit for them. Have you seen?
It's almost too much.
Hold on.
It's too much.
Hold on. Have you seen the goddamn bar, restaurant, and club in the end zone that they have at that stadium?
You know what? I haven't actually.
Hold on. Now hold on a second. I will pull it up. I'm gonna go back to our notes.
I only get so many channels at my house, so we just have the antenna. So
let me find this thing here because this is insane.
I don't get our local games.
By the way,
I'm not getting it.
How did we?
Yes.
Bucks done fucked up a couple weeks ago when they put the Ravens on, and you had Commanders versus Eagles not on our TV. What's wrong with y'all?
Yeah. Yep. Yep. But I was at the Firefly Music Festival where they were broadcasting the Eagles Commanders game. So.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna do this one. Okay. And I'm gonna back that up. And now I'm gonna share the screen. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you can watch along with us.
Watching an NFL game in Las Vegas is like nothing you've ever seen before. Now, add to that a club in the end zone, thanks to Win. Look at this.
This is dumb.
This is dumb. How much money do you think that costs?
Wynn Field Club is a nightlife experience here inside of Allegiant Stadium that provides top.
I don't want to know.
Along with food
I feel like
options
just
from the
like
Wynn
just
Resorts
looking
and the
at the
best view in
club
the house.
probably costs money.
This looks amazing, though.
Does.
Don't tell me you wouldn't do this.
Experience actually starts outside of the building.
I
We
would.
have our own dedicated lane for customers to come in. We have our private entrance to the building. As they come down, they have an experience with a
This
selfie
is
wall
nuts.
They can take pictures with. Once they get inside, we have 4 bars, 29 booths. We have
4
2
bars?
that we're gonna have
End
our
zone's not
resident
that
DJs
big.
of Wynn Nightlife play from.
Look at
Prior
this.
to the game and post game, so
have
that
those
people can have
headphones.
that full experience before and after. 17 front row booths for people to come sit down, get comfortable, enjoy.
What
the
is
food and
this?
beverage. But we also have this standing room in the very front where you can come be eye to eye with your favorite player in the NFL. So it's basically a nightlife venue that's inside of a stadium. We bring the nightlife from the casinos and brought it to the games.
This is nuts.
Like more franchises should utilize that.
Who thought this was a good idea?
Vegas.
I mean, if you're gonna do a team in Vegas, you're gonna put a night.
Absolutely you are.
right.
Why wouldn't you? That makes sense. Checks out. And because like Vegas, like they understand the club culture. Miami could do it too, though.
They could, and Jacksonville has the pool.
Won't lie. I'm not anti-Jags this year because I like Doug Peterson.
I'm looking up the price.
Is it just gonna be like ha 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 ha?
Yeah, I just
You
want to
can't
know.
afford it.
I just
We're on a
I just-
broadcasting budget.
I just want to know. Are you gonna tell me the prices?
Probably have to give them your first child and solve the Sphinx Riddles 3 before they even show you the
Probably.
prices.
Premium suites, premium lodge. No, I just want to know how much, guys. Just tell me. Somebody find me the price. Come on.
We can figure that out, but
We'll post it in the comments when
yeah,
we find it.
yeah, we'll find out the prices because it's. I'm sure.
I didn't want to
it's
start that again.
expensive.
All right, number
That's
2.
all good.
Number 2 in the NFL.
Packers.
The Green
Yay.
Bay Packers.
It's all the cheese.
Cheese, brats, and more cheese. This is literally my dream scenario.
I mean, cheese and brats doesn't get better than that.
And beer. Literally, the 3 things a man needs to live.
It's one long Oktoberfest.
Host. Let's do it. And then number 1, and I said this, I wanted to do this tailgate.
You did say this.
Barbecue in
Kansas
every
City
variety.
Chiefs.
Kansas City Chiefs, number 1.
Yeah, I guess they would be a big barbecue, huh?
Okay. Now we move on to college football.
Right.
We're going to do all 25, and we'll be quick.
Okay, we'll just kind of rattle them off.
Florida State.
We got Florida State,
Num-
then we got Harvard.
This one I did not expect
I wouldn't have expected Harvard either.
because they're a bunch of smart people.
Yeah, but see, then something, but they're not like, are they the engineers? No, they're
No.
not the lawyers, right?
That's the lawyers. Yeah.
That's what, yeah. So I feel like smart engineers, I would expect to see like the ultimate, like tailgate rig built because that's how engineers are. But yeah, like I'm surprised that Harvard was on that list. Sorry, Harvard.
UCLA,
No.
and I disagree with this one.
For me,
The UCLA. I disagree with
UCLA.
this one.
I
Who the hell goes to a football game in LA on a Saturday? If you're a 19-year-old kid and you've just moved out to LA for the first time in your life, are you really going to the Rose Bowl for a college football game, or are you going to like Venice Beach? Or are you going to like a club downtown?
football game is probably the most affordable option if you're 19 and you just moved to LA.
That's true.
You can do.
That's true.
Others are what you thought you would be doing, and then you actually look at your budget and you're like, football it is.
The next one actually surprises
got
me
Army.
more.
Do you think it'd be higher?
No,
Lower?
I
I don't know.
who would have thought that the Army would party?
They
Like be
both
all you can be in the Army.
party before, yeah. It's like they got partied up.
Colorado is next, which I can see
Okay.
because they've got a really nice
see that.
campus. Boulder's beautiful this time of year.
You got
Oklahoma, where the wind comes
where the
sweeping.
wind comes sweeping through the lane. Football and musicals.
Arkansas, I can see that.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you got Michigan.
Michigan, South Carolina. Now we're into real.
Carolina's fun.
Now we're into real
Okay.
tailgates.
Because like college football in the South, that just makes
This
sense.
is a
Like, I feel like
religion.
all of these are going to be,
This is-
southern states.
This is literally a religion in the South.
Yeah.
Iowa,
I love South Carolina.
I can see Iowa being one. The corn in Iowa is to die
in
for.
South Carolina.
No, this isn't
Got
in
the
order.
juice.
This is just
Oh,
the
okay. This is just a
25.
list.
This is the
Oh, okay,
25.
gotcha.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, I was gonna say. I was
But
like,
corn.
oh,
See, look,
I mean,
corn is a way of life. I didn't even read that. I said it.
you got the juice.
Right. Texas. I said I would go to a Texas tailgate.
Texas again, like all the southern schools, just they make sense.
Alabama. Yep. Ohio State.
Obviously. Yep.
And let's be honest. The only reason why Ohio State's a place to party is because they have a top 5 team every goddamn year.
Yeah.
Every
That's
year.
true.
This one surprises
Dame.
me, but it doesn't.
What? I was gonna say that one shouldn't be surprising. Notre Dame.
This
fans
is a
go
bunch of Irish
hard.
Catholics. Never mind. I take that back. Forgive me,
It's
Irish
a
Catholics.
bunch of Irish Catholics. Why they party
As
so
soon
hard?
as I said it, I was like, wait, I'm an idiot. Michael, you're a dumbass. West Virginia. Blue Ridge Mountain. Mountain, mama. Oh, that tailgate is one of my favorite tailgates. A West Virginia tailgate.
West Virginia. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fun one. Georgia's
Georgia.
next.
Clemson.
Clemson. Texas A&M.
There's one in here that I completely disagree with being in here, if it's in here. There's one school I would
Okay.
never party at. And,
Right.
and I don't know if it's Clemson. Florida's next,
Okay.
and I would party in the swamp.
Yeah.
I've done a Penn State party. That's a good time.
Penn State. Yeah, for sure.
Wisconsin, for sure.
Wisconsin.
Look at the photo. Look at that photo if you're on
That's
YouTube.
fun. That does look
That
fun.
looks like a great
That
time.
looks fun.
Washington. Didn't expect to see this one because
Me neither.
because the Seattle Seahawks have the worst tailgate in NFL football. So how is the University of Washington up here?
Kids don't care about rain. College kids are like,
Tennessee?
yeah, sign me up. Tennessee,
Ole Miss.
Miss.
Is this the Grove? This is where I disagree with the list. Ole
Okay.
Miss shouldn't be on the list, and here's the reason why. You're not allowed to have a grill at the Grove.
Oh, what?
You're not allowed
Wow.
to have a grill on the premises of the Grove.
Well, then, yeah, what's the point?
Thank you. Somebody tries to
What's the battle?
somebody always tries to argue and say, "Well, it's the dips. It's the cold food. You're there for the camaraderie." No, you're there to
mean,
eat meat. That is the
Girl
goal.
does. Your girl likes dips, but I still feel like the grill, like tailgates, they have to have a grill.
And this is the one party I want to do once in my life.
Yeah.
LSU in Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
I have
Sure.
heard this party is epic. And you
I'm sure it just doesn't end.
only go if it's a night game.
Okay.
Because they start no matter what time the game is, they
Yeah.
start at 7 a.m.
That tracks.
12 hours.
Yeah, no, that would be a good one.
I would do this one in a heartbeat.
I'm with you.
In a heartbeat. So there are the
I'm
lists.
with you.
Comment. Tell us where you think we should party with a tailgate.
You can even disagree. That's okay.
You can yell at us.
I noticed University of Delaware didn't make the list.
The University of Delaware does not have a real football team. They're a joke.
No.
They're a joke.
Yeah.
You guys gave us, oh God, what's his name? Joe Flacco. That's all
Flacco,
that came from the University of Delaware. Joe Flacco.
and we still talk about him.
Jesus. All right.
My feelings aren't hurt that it didn't make the list. I won't lie. I'm like, yeah, that. I think we were like one of the number one party schools, but not football.
I mean, West Virginia, always top 5 party school in the
schools.
country.
No, UD was definitely in the top 5 or top 10 one year.
One
I
year.
just can't remember which year.
Yeah, 1 year.
I mean, probably multiple years, but I only ever checked 1 year.
Actually, you know what? Let's look up that ranking too while we're here.
As well. Party universities.
Best party schools in America. All right, I already hate this list. That can't be the right list. That
I
couldn't.
think we had to just cherry pick our lists.
Well, I clicked the first one. I was like, "There's no way that Tulane University is the number one."
Well, like,
party.
yeah, go to top
Actually,
5.
no. You know what? It is. I'm now okay.
Say, yeah.
You know what? I will take back what I just said because this is
Okay.
2 straight lists that Tulane University is the number 1 party school in the country. I don't know how that is.
So we got
Number 5
top
is
5.
the
We got Bama.
University of Alabama. Howard University in D.C.
Okay,
What?
right.
The university. I've heard
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin's a great school to party at. I mean, Florida State. Let's be honest. You're in Tallahassee.
Yeah, nope. They all make sense. Tulane.
Tulane.
They're all
I mean, it's New Orleans. Okay, forgive me.
they all track. Okay.
Forgive
All
me.
right.
All right.
Those are good choices.
They're great choices. All right, let's go to the food now. This is what everybody's
Right,
saying.
yes. Absolutely. All right, let's talk about the tailgate food.
Meats.
As we established, you're all about the meats.
Right, so we're always about the
I
meats. So if you're at
Can't go to a tailgate without a grill.
a tailgate, what are the 3 types of meat that should be on the grill? Go.
I like burgers, dogs, and brats.
I like it.
I'm gonna go basics. They're easy. You don't have to worry. Like they're stress free.
If it's a long enough
mess up.
tailgate and you're patient enough early, like the day before, if you can bring a brisket or a pulled pork,
Yeah,
hell yes.
absolutely
Fucking lootly.
for sure. But yeah, if it's me, I'm going burgers, dogs, and brats are like the 3 that ought to be there. But yeah, if you're gonna be there all day, for sure, a brisket, a barbecue,
Love it.
%. But I also I tend to be all about the dips, the snacks, the carbs,
All right.
mac and cheese.
All right, Miss Dip Lady. What are your
Mhm.
go-tos? What dips need to be there?
Can't go wrong with a buff chick. Gotta love buffalo chicken dip.
Listen, your boy could eat the buffalo chicken dip with a spoon. He don't need
Yes,
no
like the-
goddamn crackers.
the cheesy buffalo chicken dips. Yes, all about that. I also like a French onion just to go with your is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, an onion dip to go with your chips.
Okay.
Is it French onion or just onion? I don't remember. Doesn't matter.
Don't matter.
The point is onion.
You want the one that has the
Um,
soup and the sour cream together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any kind of cheese dip, just like straight
Oh
up
yeah,
cheese dip.
absolutely, 100%. If you can give me a nice queso at a tailgate with
yeah.
a nice like meat in it, like a chorizo, oh, girl, please. I'm like drooling all over the
I've done
microphone
this.
right now.
I know. Like now, it's all
Nah,
I want is
nah.
like a cheesesteak dipped in queso.
Telling you, we can make some money around
Um,
here by just doing that.
Right? I'm trying to think of some of the other.
I would do.
Go for
So
dips.
I hate beans. It's one of the few things I hate in life.
I don't hate beans, but like a bean dip isn't my first choice.
No, but like a 7-layer dip without the beans, sign me up in a heartbeat.
Yeah, no, I like a good 7-layer dip too. And like I said,
100%.
I can take or leave the beans.
Right, 100%. If somebody can make crack chicken, that's a great dip.
I like a spinach and artichoke dip too. Any of those, like a spinach dip is good.
Is it weird that I have to like be in the mood for it?
So that's what I was gonna say. Like I feel like it's kind of a weird tailgate pick, but I like it in general. It's one of my favorites.
So
in a general sense, if this were to be a dip podcast.
So one of our family friends turned us on to this like vegetable spinach dip that comes in like a packet, and you just mix it in with like sour cream and mayo. That thing is fire. I could.
Sounds great. Ooh. Go ahead.
No, you go.
No, because I just thought of another one.
Go ahead.
Because we're
Yeah.
on the East Coast
Yeah, go ahead.
in the beach areas.
Yes.
Gotta go with a crab dip.
Oh, absolutely, we do.
Gotta have a crab dip.
Gotta have a crab dip. 100%. If you go to a Maryland, Delaware, or Virginia football game, and it's near the ocean, and there is no crab dip, just walk away.
You're not doing it right.
They are not good
Doing it
people.
right.
They'll
Yeah, gotta
probably
have crab dip.
they'll probably hurt you at some point.
Old Bay somewhere.
They're,
Or everywhere.
yeah, no,
Either way.
yeah, yeah.
And if you're in Maryland, it's gonna be everywhere.
Well, if you're at M&T Bank Stadium, I think that's a requirement. That's not even like
It's just, yeah,
they don't even they hand it out to you as you
just,
walk in.
like, dust it, yeah.
They-
They throw it at you as you walk in.
It's like holy water to Baltimore fans. They're just like, "Bless you, welcome to M&T Bank, go Ravens."
It's true.
and we say that because we are surrounded by Ravens fans where we live.
Yep.
I think you guys will figure out eventually where we live one day.
You can narrow it down. But yeah, I think that's a solid dip spread.
Okay, so now when we go from the dip,
Dip sampler.
we need now the chips and the crackers to go with the dip. So your recommendations.
I love a good sour cream and onion chip. Won't lie. I think you also have to have a plain but sturdy potato chip to handle any and all of them.
It's got to be a Ruffles. A Ruffles,
The Ruffles are
or I'll even go Cape
Lay's
Cod
with Bridges.
or Cape
Oh
Cod.
yeah, okay.
Kettle Cook will hold
Let's do
together.
that.
Kettle
Well,
Cook.
but yeah, I think you need a sturdy plain potato chip that can go in any and all the dips.
Yes.
I think you also need some standalone chips too for when the dips run out. And
Okay.
speaking of Old Bay, Old Bay cheese curls.
Those are fire.
I don't know what they do to me. Like I can't eat the whole bag. It's ridiculous.
No. There's one other chip.
You know the other
There's
chip.
another chip. And if you've ever watched our live streams from when we used to hang out together wherever we work, if you ever figure it out, LeBron James has done one thing correctly in his entire life, including being in the NFL. And it's not basketball. It's those goddamn flaming hot cheddar and sour cream chips from Ruffles.
Ridiculous.
They are literally the greatest chip I have ever had.
I don't usually like destroy a whole family size bag of chips in one sitting.
All
But
day.
those chips and the Old Bay cheese curls, the hold they have on me on the like summer's day.
I
is ridiculous.
I brought him into the office to do a Facebook Live one day. And I was like, we need to try these. And we did.
A drug dealer. Yep. Every time he's like, "Hey, I got what you need." I come up flying, a puff of smoke is left in my seat as I'm after the flamin' hot chips. Because they're not just flamin' hot; they're the flamin' hot sour cream and cheddar chips.
Right. So it's got a nice kick to them, but you have the familiarity of cheddar and sour cream. Like it literally
Yes.
is crack.
Yes, it's insane, and it turns everything red.
But it doesn't matter.
Fingers,
It doesn't matter.
Insides. Should you spill those insides back out because various partying activities?
We'll get to that
Notice a nice flamin' hot hue.
We'll get to that in a couple weeks. Because I do want to do
Yes.
I do want to do a wrap up of your festival and concert
That'll
going.
be a
for the
story
year.
for another day. But
Yes.
we'll leave it at the flamin' hot hue that was left
Okay.
all over the ground.
I can't help myself. Oh, it's such a good story. Okay, we will tell it one day. When you all grow up, we'll tell it.
I'll tell you when you're older.
Okay. So, soups and chilies at a tailgate.
Wait, hold on. Are you a barbecue chip guy?
Depends
I'll
on
be
the kind.
honest, I'm not really crazy about barbecue chips. I like barbecue, but I don't like barbecue chips that much.
I like mesquite barbecue chips from Cape Cod.
Yeah,
Those
I mean,
are the
I'll
only
eat 'em.
ones.
Like, don't get me wrong, I'll eat. I will never snub a chip, but it's not my first choice.
Also, the Fritos scoops are fire in this position.
So yeah, you do have to have a scoops or like a tortilla chip too.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
forgot about those.
Yeah,
'Cause,
yeah.
like for your queso and even the buff chick dip, those require like a salty something to go with it. I think the tortilla or the Frito scoops.
Yes.
Those scoops are dangerous, man. Whoever invented that was a genius. Like, what if
There-
we took scoops, or what if we took Fritos and made them little spoons?
So I now have a new idea for a podcast for down the
Uh-huh.
road. Real Men
Okay.
of Genius. You remember those commercials? Real Men of Genius.
Yes.
We need to honor the people that make our lives better.
Yes.
I think one day
Whoever it
one
was
day we have to do it.
came up with scoops.
And the
Find you,
number
and we will thank you.
and the number one spot will go to Mr. Carrier, the man who invented air conditioning. God bless you.
Yeah.
Without you, this fat kid would be sweating 300 days a year.
Crackers. I think I just like to have a good variety pack of crackers. To be honest, like I
Like,
like
do you
to
want-
have the ones
Do you want bougie ones or do you just don't give a shit and want Ritz?
at a tailgate. Ritz is fine. Ritz is good.
I feel like you're the bougie type though. Like you would want the ones that have
In,
like the
my
cracked
own
pepper,
time.
like the cracked
My
pepper.
own time.
No, at a
Yes,
tailgate.
I am.
I could
I
see
mean, if they're at a tailgate, I will eat them for sure. But I'm not gonna impose that on anybody.
the jalapeno
Like the
infused.
Harvard tailgate,
Yeah.
that's what I expect. Okay, at the Harvard tailgate, I expect to see bougie crackers, and I would be
No,
visually
at,
disappointed if
listen,
there weren't any.
listen. At a Harvard tailgate or an MIT tailgate, I expect to see an engineering team out there distilling liquor at the same time that they're partying, so that
Well,
there's
if I'm at a
always
Harvard
fresh.
tailgate, and I don't see those bougie ass crackers, I'm leaving.
If I'm at a Harvard tailgate and I don't see the team that's going to Vegas to steal all the money from Vegas practicing, you failed me.
Yeah,
You know, the
so
kids that
I-
count cards, if you're not out there practicing, you're not doing it right. What's wrong with
So
you?
yeah, do I want the bougie crackers? Yes, but it's not a requirement.
Okay.
I will absolutely get down with Ritz and
Chick-
you know
chick-
whoever else is like bottom shelf.
Chicken and biscuits.
Yeah,
Those have to be there.
I don't want the like saltines. Like those can. stay
No,
home.
those can stay home.
I don't have to bring saltines.
Okay, chilies and soups at a tailgate. Yes or no?
Chilies, yes. Soups, I would accept cheddar brock, and I would accept clam chowder.
It has to be a thicker soup. I agree with that.
It's gotta be it's
it-
gotta be basically. It's like, what if we took a dip, but you could eat it with a spoon? That's what I want to see with my soups.
like it can't be chicken noodle. It can't be a tomato.
Ew.
No, it has to be something that if you were to accidentally, and by accidentally I mean on purpose, put it on a brat, you could eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically right. Like, what if our dip was a little bit thinner and just more acceptable to eat with a spoon? That's what I want to see with our dips.
Yeah,
or
good.
just a clam chowder for some reason. Like, that's okay. That's acceptable. But I feel like it's got to be the thing's got to be New England clam chowder, which is
Oh,
the white
absolutely.
one.
Yeah, it's New England.
Okay.
If you think Manhattan clam chowder is correct, get the fuck out.
Don't.
It's New England all day.
That's what I thought. Well, it's been years since I've been able to eat clam chowder, so forgive me.
Sorry, I really
Mixing
do.
them
I
up.
do really feel bad for you on that one.
I do. I liked it. I used to love clam chowder.
What kind of chili?
I guess like a classic chili. You know,
Like a nice beef.
red sauce. Because don't get me wrong, I do like a chicken chili with like a white chili sauce.
Oh,
I'll
girl,
tear that up.
there is a restaurant in Fayetteville, West Virginia, and I don't know if it's there anymore. I don't remember the name of it because it's been a while, and there's a lot of beer buildup in my brain, so I don't remember a lot of things. But this one restaurant had the greatest white bean chicken chili I have ever had, and I cannot recreate it.
Yeah, I tear up a white bean chicken chili. So honestly, I'm not picky with my chili.
Okay.
I'll eat whatever chili. Do you have a tailgate preference?
I do. It has to be red.
Yeah.
It has to have a nice beef to it. And I'm not talking ground beef. Like if you can go above and beyond and slow cook it for like 8 hours the night before and it be like a stew steak, like a nice
Okay.
cubed up steak, put some
Yeah,
nice
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
put some nice vegetables in there, some celery, some carrots.
Mhm.
Yeah. And mix that all together. Let that stew together. No beans. No beans.
You're
No
not a
beans.
beans
I'm not a
guy,
beans
but
guy.
I'll take throw some cheese in there. On
Absolutely.
top. Not like
And
in,
no,
but
no,
on
no.
top.
On top with some sour cream. 100%. That is the way
I'm
to
very
do
much
it.
a toppings. I am a toppings kind of girl. I am not like if they're like, what do you want? Everything. I want everything on it.
You are so
Twice.
basic. Jesus Christ, you are so basic.
Oh, basic is to be like none of it.
You're so
Basic is like, your ketchup or mustard. I'm like, I want all of it. I'm like, I want all the special sauce. I want the relish. Like, yeah, I want all of it. Cheese, yes.
All right. So if you're at a tailgate,
Load it up.
what ways are we cooking the food besides the grill? What's acceptable?
I think it's acceptable to bring a crock pot because, sometimes your friends are limited on time, and I'm not going to shame anybody for that. If they're showing up and they're showing up with something in hand that's not paper products, like they're in. Although somebody does also have to bring the paper products.
Yes.
And it's not going to be me because your girl forgets napkins more than anybody else. It's ridiculous. If you go out to eat with me, you cannot expect me to grab napkins. It's not happening.
That's fine.
We sit down and I'll go,
I will accept crock pot as well.
except crock pot. Can
Uh,
you bring those big eggs? Like, do the big green eggs?
I assume so. If you can
I feel
fit
like
it in the
they're
back
tricky
of,
to travel with.
if you can lay them down in the back of a truck, don't assemble them.
I feel like the thing about tailgates is you can never say never, Like you throw that out there and somebody's like, "Can you bring a big green egg?" Of course you can, lady. But yeah, the grill, the crock pot, any kind of slow cooker, like I'll
Absolutely.
any and all of it,
Okay.
any and all of it.
What other technology are we allowed at the tailgate?
That's what I'm trying to think of. Like, what are the other ways to cook?
No,
If you show up with like your George Foreman, it's kind of silly, but
no, because I actually don't mind a George Foreman for the buns.
okay.
Because-
see, now there you go.
because
Like, that's the kind of tailgate ingenuity I appreciate.
Because if you put them on the grill and it's a charcoal grill, you're going to burn the goddamn buns. I know it.
Yeah.
Because the grill master is so focused on the meat that he'll forget.
Yep.
Bring a George
Like
Foreman.
panini action. with the George
Exactly.
Foreman.
Exact. See, now you're thinking like a fat guy. Now you're thinking like a
Yeah.
fat guy. That's exactly what I wanted you to say.
Yeah, see, as soon as you said it, I was like, okay, that makes sense. I was thinking it was silly at first, but
Right. And then you put
I feel like there truly are no wrong answers at a tailgate. Like if you can defend your choice, and like you got a well put together argument. It doesn't have to be that well put together. You can just say panini. I'm like, yes, enough. Like if you have an answer,
right.
I'll accept it.
Exactly. As
I feel
long
like
as
there
you
are
can
no limits.
defend.
There are no limits at a tailgate.
As
Yep,
long as
as
you
long
can
as you can
defend it.
defend your position. Because I mean, I don't think you can show up with like an open flame. Like you can't bring your fire pit, but
Okay, so how do you feel
want to put
about
it past somebody.
final thing? How do you feel about all these tailgates that now have like big screen TVs, hot tubs, all the fun stuff? Because I'm not gonna lie, I've thought about buying one of those portable hot tubs.
Yeah, see, like the hot tubs, I feel like
That's low key
a good
clutch.
move.
That's low
it's
key
a
clutch.
great move. I feel like the TVs,
Especially if you're trying to wingman for somebody, like that is a clutch move to
Oh,
bring a
yeah.
hot tub in.
It's true. Like you bring the hot girl, I'll bring the hot tub.
Hey, look at that!
I got you, buddy.
I got you, bro.
Um,
I got you.
I don't know. For some reason, I kind of feel like the TV is a little too much, just because I feel like going out there to watch the game and like hang out with your friends and stuff.
Unless you're just gonna tailgate through the game and watch the game in the parking lot, which I'm not going to be mad at you for.
I mean, I feel like it's not my thing.
No, it's not
I'm
my
going
thing
all the way
either.
out there. Like I want to go watch the game in
Right.
person, but
Absolutely.
can't fault anybody for hanging out outside and just enjoying the atmosphere, I suppose. But like, it's just, yeah, it's not for me. I feel like I would rather do the like hanging out, drinking, music, like all of that vibe, the games,
Okay.
like having a TV there. Like if you have a TV, yeah, it's not an issue. But I wouldn't go out of my way to get one.
No. But like, if you have a spare TV and you're just putting it up to have like the pregame on.
Guess so. Yeah, I can't. Well, with my van, I probably could set something.
Dude, that van's gonna be clutch one day,
We
and
could
you're not
turn my
even
van
thinking
into,
about it.
like the ultimate tailgate van. I had not considered that. Right now,
Yeah.
it's in like camping mode, but
Camping mode and
Yeah, I'm not
tailgate mode are basically the same thing, minus the bed.
right. That's it. You swap out the bed, bar.
Or you could put the bar in the bed. There's nothing wrong with
No,
that.
because it's an air mattress, so you can't.
That's fair.
Yeah, you could if you swap the bed for the bar, but yeah, like I guess you could put the TV on like one of the slide, like the doors on the inside, or one of the doors that you open on the outside. Yeah, all right, okay, I'm in.
Yeah, see, you gotta think
Put
about
it
it.
in there. Put it in
Exactly.
there. Clearly, I haven't done enough tailgating in my life. I'll be honest. I haven't done that much because we took my dad.
Girl, we gotta
took my
change
dad
that.
to an Eagles game. That was his birthday present, and he is not a traffic guy. Will not sit in traffic at all. And so like we got there no problem, but like he wasn't interested in tailgate. Like he didn't want to tailgate and do all that. But the drive home like almost ruined it because there was so much traffic. and he
Okay,
was
so
not-
then here's
not about it.
here's my last question.
Okay.
How do you feel about tailgating after the game to avoid all the traffic? Do you bring enough goods to have 2 tailgates?
There ain't no party like the after party or the parking lot party.
Parking lot
Those are
party,
both
the
the
after
lyrics.
party. They're the lyrics to
Yeah.
both
'Cause
songs
there
that
ain't
you're
no
thinking of.
party like a party, and after the party's the after party.
Exactly.
The parking lot party.
See?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I say if you got the group to do it, again, it might not be me. I get tired, but I would do my best.
Like not hardcore tailgate. Not the drinking part. You're done drinking after the game. Because you do have
Yeah.
to sober up. But like
Well,
have
okay,
a
so like if say somebody else has another van, and so you got party van, and then you got camping van, like I would absolutely do like the nap party.
Right. Just hang out, have a couple more burgers or dogs, and then
Yeah.
you get to hang
That's
out
what I
with
think,
friends.
Utilizing public transportation is another power move. Like if you live in a city or near a city that the stadium is near a train stop, like Philly, for example, quit. It's a bitch to get back on the train sometimes, but it's so much nicer than having to drive yourself out of the city.
But how the fuck are you gonna get the grill in?
Well, you meet up with friends. So like,
Okay,
if you're
okay.
not
So
the
you
guy,
have
like,
you have
can
to have
meet-
so whoever the grill master is has to figure out how the fuck to get the car in.
Grill master has to stay. Like grill master makes a sacrifice,
Okay.
but that's true. Like if you're attending with some snacks, maybe like if you're the snack guy,
You could bring it. You can bring it with the train. You can put it all in a backpack. Yeah, because they're not gonna search you going into the parking lot. They'll search you going into the stadium.
That would be my recommendation. If you're snack guy, which is probably me, I'd be like music and snack guy. Or because I have the van, I would be part of the like the 2 people that go and set up and take up the spaces, like to set up your camp. Like you stake out your spot.
If you're the DJ, how long do you have to figure out the crowd before they yank you off the DJ position? Like, what's the acceptable rule? Because you know that a tailgate party, it's tough
I'll
because
be
you got
honest.
a bunch of people there, like a bunch of different music.
If you don't impress in like the first 3 songs,
Get the fuck out.
I feel like you got to pass the aux
Get
cord,
out.
bro.
Get out.
You're not doing it right. Because I feel like while you do have everybody with wildly different tastes in music,
Yes.
I feel like you always read the crowd with like the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack, and if they're not vibing to that, then like you gotta spin quick to be like, all right, are we country fans? Are we like what's outside? What's not embodied with the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack? That's
Yes.
not.
Yes, agreed.
That's a good roadmap. You
The
know what I
the
mean?
Guardians of the Galaxy, like now that's what I call music 11. That's a good starting point.
You open with like you're hooked on a feeling,
Right.
Redbone. And then I always feel like you throw Queen in there. If you don't start with "Don't Stop Me Now" too, which like that's not part of the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack, but it's a great like. All right, let's read the crowd. Like, hey, go with your classics. The ones
Go
that,
with
like,
a Garth.
timeless classic.
Go with a Garth. Go with a Queen. Go with a Journey, and then go with and go with an Ed Sheeran and see where the crowd is. Even throw a
So I think
Tiesto in.
it depends on like the age of the crowd and like like you throw 3 kind of wildly different party vibes out there and see which one sticks.
Then go with
Go
it.
with that. Because I would say like a country, a classic, and
A pop.
a pop hit.
Yeah.
Go ahead and throw one in there and see what happens.
Exactly.
I feel like pop music isn't the best tailgating music, but it's all about like the hookup culture.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I love pop music. Like I'm all in on your pop tunes.
For
but
sure.
I do feel like it's not as good of tailgating music the same way that like country and classic rock.
Yeah.
Just good.
It's so true.
Like classic rock is always just a good party time.
And if you listen to a song that you don't know the words to at a tailgate, your assignment after the tailgate is to learn that goddamn song.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you're going to
Especially
hear
when
it.
everybody's singing and you're like, oh no, yeah.
Oh, God. Everybody knows this damn song and I don't.
Yeah, I feel like I usually have a pretty good read on the DJ situation, and I'm also okay when I'm like, oh man, none of this is hitting. Like I'm okay passing the aux cord because it's too stressful to try and figure out people's taste in music if you don't already like knock it out of the park.
Agreed 100%.
Cool.
I leave you with this. That's Tailgates.
Okay.
This beautiful shot.
Yeah.
West Virginia
shot.
tailgate.
It does look fun.
God, it's a good damn time.
That looks fun.
Comments,
Yeah,
questions.
more tailgates.
More tailgates. We need to get you out more. You've been sheltered your entire life.
My entire life.
Most of your life.
Right. We've just been like cooped up the last couple of years. Busy. I've been broke.
That's everybody, though. No
Yeah,
excuses.
Well, if you're not busy or broke, you're not doing it right.
Listen, no excuses. You play like a champion. That same movie that we talked about earlier. The same exact movie. Don't give me that. Questions, comments, and concerns, everybody. Leave them in the comments. Leave us a review. Tell us how bad we are. Tell us how good we are.
Yeah.
Give us ideas
you'll
of
probably be like,
shit to
"Man,
talk
that Leah,
about.
She's annoying. It's okay. I know. I get it.
Give us ideas of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, that's too. If you've got a topic that you'd like to talk about, bring us your points. We'll get into it.
Right. Leah and I
Comments.
don't mind fighting.
Oh, I don't know.
No. What's next week?
Next week is, let me remember what next week is. Oh, next week we're talking about how, the holidays just keep moving up closer and closer.
God damn it, that annoys the piss out of me.
We're not at Halloween yet, and we just completely skipped Thanksgiving, and it's all about Christmas already, and you're like, wow.
We were drinking pumpkin spice lattes on the damn beach.
Like, I'm not even done with my pumpkin spice latte because I wait. So, yeah, we're going to get all fired up, and
you could tell that
get
this
into that.
this topic does piss me off.
It pisses me off, too, though, man. We'll get into this one.
But we'll also talk about the good things that come from it.
Yeah,
Just
and I actually think we're headed in a better direction, too, I think.
Because Kendra's Christmas present actually got delivered today.
Ooh, hooray.
Yeah. Because I ordered it and it said it wouldn't be here for 2 weeks, and then it's on my doorstep today. Great. 3 days after I ordered it. Awesome.
Gee, wow.
Right.
Okay. All right. I don't know who's looking for a raise at UPS, but...
It's FedEx this time. Bless them.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it was
There you
FedEx.
go.
I don't know who it was, but bless them. All right, everybody. That's it for Yappin and Snackin.